Welcome to another episode of the Making a Mogul podcast. I'm your host, Bennie Smith Jr., and I hope you've been enjoying everything so far. You know, first episode, mainly about me, but as I told you, I promise you, I'm going to start bringing you guests, right? So, in my mogul journey, it started something like with an internship. And in that internship, I had to do some things with some guy that I came very fond with, known as DJ Captain, and I have him in the building with me today. How you doing, sir?
What's up, Benny? I love this studio, man.
Man, thank you. Man, it is a blessing to have you on today.
I want to say, hey, it's a blessing to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I'm one of the first guests, I guess.
Yeah.
Close to the first guest. Well,
You are actually the first guest.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. I'm the first guest. That works out for me.
Yeah,
Good to be here, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. So, normally I will probably be reading some kind of bio or something like that, but I ain't memorized all that, and I ain't got my teleprompter in here. Actually, I'm in here running my own board. I got the soundboard in front of me. You remind me of old back in the day in Matic 1050, how we had to run our own soundboards and everything like that, man. So it's just good to, stick with things. You just never know where it'll take you.
Yes.
But since I'm running my own boards today, some of the extra things I can't really do. I'm kind of limited. Yeah. So I'm right here stuck, man. So it's all about you. I don't got my teleprompter, so I'm going to let you do it, man. How did you get started on, your DJing journey and everything that you do?
Actually, my journey, for those that know me, it runs for a long time.
Yeah.
But anyway, it kind of started with my dad. He used to not leave town, but he would go spend the night with his girlfriend on Friday nights.
Okay.
And it's crazy that I say that because he always tell me that I'll be back in an hour.
Yeah.
And so for like a year, he never come back to the next day. So I was like, why do he always tell me I'll be back in an hour?
Yeah.
So me and my cousin them next door, we decided to throw a party in the yard. Like, man, we're gonna throw this party. We're like, we ain't got no DJ though. Like, man, we gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
But we're gonna throw this party. So we was pretty popular. Their family was popular. I was popular. So we told people on the block, like, we got this big party we having in the yard. And the yard was jumping.
Yeah.
I had one turntable. I kept putting on one record.
Yeah.
And it kind of came from that. The promoting came from that. The DJing came from that.
Wow.
And me throwing parties came from that. And it was jam-packed. We had about 20 relatives. We didn't want to invite the hood dudes.
Yeah.
Right? So we said we're going to tell. They would come and we'd be like, oh, man, it's packed, man. You can't let nobody else in. So that's kind of how it all started.
They all got started from a backyard party.
From a backyard party. And
That's
the backyard
crazy.
party went from that to people asking me to DJ a basement party. And
Okay.
I still had that one turntable, and I didn't know if DJing was something that I really wanted to do, but I had some friends that DJ'd at my high school party, and I seen how that went, and I was like, man, this DJ thing, I ain't have no skills or nothing. No skill. I ain't know how to mix. I ain't know how to do nothing, but just put a record on and let it go. Back then, that worked for me because the basement party, that's all you had to do. Just put a song on, put a red light in the basement.
And it was on from there.
It was popping.
So what kind of turntable you have?
I don't know,
You
man.
remember?
It was this old raggedy turntable, man, back then when I first started.
There wasn't no techniques or nothing?
Oh, no, not yet.
Not yet, okay.
Not yet. That was the beginning. But my cousin next door dated a guy that worked at the radio station. And he used to bring me records. Anything that was hot, he would bring it to me. So I was getting some free records. So I was like, man, this might work out. I had that one turntable. And then in high school, after doing so many basement parties, I decided to go to the military. And my dad was like, you going to college or you going to the military? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
He said,
You ain't finna be sitting around here
hanging
out with me for that hour.
He's like, you graduate May 18th, So he was like, May 19th, I need to know what you're going to do.
Wow.
I'm like, man, it's like that. He's like, you going to do something?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
this Army commercial came on, Be All You Can Be, and me and my cousin, we went in on a buddy plan.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And so I went to the military, and when I got to the military, I started buying equipment. I took it serious.
Okay.
I was like, man, this DJ thing might be it. So I bought some equipment, and that's when I got my technique turned.
Okay.
And
got your first check, right?
Yeah. So, I started buying equipment and DJing on the post overseas.
Okay,
and
that's dope.
found out that I had skills in mixing. Didn't know I had it.
Wow.
Until people start telling me, man, how did you mix those songs like that? I was like, man, I just been practicing. And so that's how the DJing thing was born.
It all started from you going, actually the backyard party, and then you going to the Army because your pops forced you out to do something.
Me out the house, pretty much. And I started buying equipment. And when I got out of the military, I came back home and I had some equipment, and I had got me a name because people were like, "What you gonna call yourself?"
Yeah.
Then I'm in the military, and I used to break dance in high school.
Okay.
So when I was breakdancing in high school, the guy that started breakdancing, his name was Captain John.
Okay.
And he got killed at a young age. And I was just like, man, I want to carry his legacy some kind of way. So I said, I'm going to be DJ Captain.
Yeah, okay.
And he was like, you in the military, that worked. I'm like, yeah. So I was dancing, and my name was Captain, and I just took that to do my DJ thing.
Okay.
And
wow.
So that's how the DJ thing.
So tell me, what year was this when you started it
off? This was 83, 84.
83, 81. I was just born. I was born in 84, man. So
I was getting ready to get it popping.
You was already pop locking and dropping it whenever.
I was pop locking. The DJ thing came about.
That's dope, man.
And when I got back to the military, they sent me to Germany. And I was over in Germany DJing in the clubs and stuff.
How was that, man? Like the culture and...
The culture was different. I didn't like going off bass a lot. I DJed a lot on bass. I really needed to get out and see a lot of things. I went to Paris, and I went off post every now and then, but the culture over there was a little different. It was more like planet rock type of music.
Because hip-hop was new.
Techno and
disco and like the early hip hop. Okay.
Yeah, and while I was over there, Curtis Blow came over there to perform, and I sat back and watched AJ, his DJ, and I watched him perform, and I was like, the DJ back there doing his thing. I'm like, man, that's what I want to do, and I was still dancing over there too. I had a group called the Pop Lockers
in the Army.
In the Army.
So all y'all was in the Army dancing.
We was all in the military.
Okay, in the military.
And I found out it was different people from like North Carolina, South Carolina, and I found out people that can dance.
Yeah.
And I said, put this group together called the Pop Lockers.
Right.
And we started traveling to Washington, D.C. We had a manager.
Wow.
He was booking us in all these places.
Dang, that's crazy.
To dance.
To dance.
Yeah, and one funny thing about that is one day they had booked some strippers.
Crazy. Okay.
And the strippers didn't show up.
Okay. And you start stripping.
We was there dancing. They was like, man, I don't know how to, everybody want their money back, man. I don't know what to do.
Right.
And we're going to go out there and we're going to pop lock. We're not strippers.
Yeah.
You're going to have to work for me. Can you be a little nasty?
Yeah. Got to be a little freaky.
We got a couple of moves in there, but I don't know. We can't help you with the stripping, but that's how that came about.
Wow.
Pop locking and then the DJ. So I got me some equipment, and when I got back home, I decided to visit some relatives in the Quad Cities. And that's how I went from the Quad Cities. I went there to visit.
Yeah.
And they asked me to come back, and my auntie was like, you should come back and DJ in my basement.
Okay.
And I was like, man, that'll be a way to get my name out here. So I made this little flyer, and it said, who the hell is DJ Captain?
Oh, that's nuts.
Now, I started a dance group in the Quad Cities.
Yeah.
And it was another 4 or 5 guys. We was dancing. And so I said, y'all, we're going to dance, and then we're going to have a basement party, and I'm going to introduce myself to the city. And I did a basement party, and I was mixing, and people was tripping off the lights on my speakers. Cause
Okay.
overseas they put the lights in the speakers. That was like a big thing. I ain't know why.
Yeah.
But the basement were packed. Police had to come tell my aunt, it's too many people in the house and all that. And so the word on the street was, it's this dude named DJ Captain that killed it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And so that went from DJing and in the basement to doing basement parties to house parties to recreation centers. This recreation center said, I got a nice spot for kids to come to. I'd like you to come DJ. And I DJ'd at the rec center, and hundreds of kids came, and they was like, man, you everybody love you. Everybody like you, And so the name was born.
The name was born, DJ Captain.
DJ Captain.
So tell me, how did your dad react to all this? He told you, you got to get out and do something. Then you start doing stuff. So what did he say? Like,
far as the military thing, that was a nice move that I made.
Okay.
When I started DJing and rapping,
he was like, what is you doing?
Because rapping was starting at that time too.
Yeah.
So when I got out, when I moved to the Quad Cities, I was rapping, dancing, and DJing.
Okay, you was doing it all.
So,
one man show.
Yeah, I was a one man show. And so they was telling me about this other guy that can rap named New York. There, they was like, man, y'all should hook up. You be the DJ, he be the rapper.
Okay.
And we came together, and we was known as DJ Captain in New York, and everybody was just loving what we was doing. You know? The DJ thing really took off. Because a radio station, this was my first radio station.
Okay, what was it?
It was KT16.
Okay, where is that at?
It was in Davenport, Iowa.
Okay.
They said that we heard that you are a really hot DJ. So what we want you to do is do a drinking and driving commercial for us because you're so popular in the streets. Yeah. I was like, man, I don't do that. I don't know how to do that. And so they wrote the script for me, and I was like, hi, I'm DJ Captain, and one thing I don't do is mix drinking and driving.
Okay.
And that was my first commercial.
Wow.
And they play, and they say, everybody wants you to do the commercial now.
Dang.
They want you to do a commercial for this place, this place. I was like,
okay.
I never did nothing like that, but, why not? Try it.
Okay.
So I started doing a few commercials for people, and they say, you so popular, man. We thinking about giving you a 1 hour show. I was like, I never did radio before. They was like, well, we're going to give you a 1 hour mix show because it was known for my mixing.
Okay. So you didn't have to be a personality or nothing like that.
No, they weren't even looking at me as a personality at this point. They was looking at me like, this dude is popular. Everybody want to hear him.
Yeah.
Let's give him a taste.
Okay.
So I did the mix show, and I did a 1 hour mix show. And what I did was they had a concert coming to town, Midnight Star.
Okay.
I took Midnight Star music, and I did a mix of their music. So when they came in and do the interview, they was like, who mixed all our songs like that? And they was like, that's our DJ here. They was like, oh, my God, that is so good.
Yeah.
And that blew up. And so from there, after they left town, the radio station said, you know what, man, we're going to give you a 2 hour show.
Wow.
And the show is going to be 2 hour mix show.
Okay.
Still wouldn't trusted me in talking yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, 2 hour mix show is cool. So I went from 2 hour mix show, and then another radio station, KLA in Davenport, asked me to come over there, but they wanted me to be a personality because my name was just getting bigger.
Start getting bigger, right.
So I came over and I was a personality. So it was a college station, so it was limited to what I could do. So they pretty much just wanted me to play the music, and, I would tell people where I'm going to be, DJing on the weekend. So finally I turned 21, and the club started looking at me.
Yeah.
It was like, they wanted me before I turned 21, but I wasn't old enough yet.
Right,
I was so popular, I couldn't go in there. Everybody would know it. So this one club that was jumping there, it was an older guy. I'll never forget. His name was Harry L. He's dressed. He had the slacks up to here and everything. And I was like, Harry, man, I want a DJ over here, man. It'd be good. Yeah, But nobody wants to give you their position,
right?
But I always been one that the people talk for me. So the town wanted it.
Yeah.
They wanted me in that club.
Yeah.
And so they gave me my first night in the club. And everything that I do, man, I just try to put extra sauce on it, man.
Extra
sauce. With
sauce.
the mixes.
Yeah.
I did the extra sauce with the mixes. When I got to the club, I say, hey, my first night there, I tore the club down.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, give me your worst night. Because I knew I had a following. So they said, Wednesday, nobody come here. I said, let me throw a Wednesday night gong show.
Okay, gong show, like a talent show or something.
Yeah,
okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
But it was like a Wednesday night gong show lip syncing. You can come lip sync somebody's song.
That sound dope. Okay.
And so they was like, nobody comes on Wednesday night. I'm going to pack it.
Yeah.
So I started putting out flyers, and I was like, okay, this DJ Captain thing is cool, but I need a name for when I throw parties. And I was like, Captain Entertainment. Like, well,
that's how that was born.
Good. So that's how Captain Entertainment was born.
Yeah.
I was throwing a gong show. And so that went well, and I still was rapping. So the rapping thing was blowing up too. So it was a promoter in town named Buddy Walker. He was like, I used to help him put flyers out and stuff. Kind of like an intern. I want to help, any way I can, Yeah. And he appreciated it. And so while we was riding, putting out flyers, I was like, he had Ready for the World coming.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, man, it would be nice, man, if you let us open.
Okay. Your dance group or your rap group? Rap group. Okay.
Rap. The dancing, I was like, cool after the house party.
You was done with the dancing. Yeah. Okay. I
was like, you should let us open. He's like, what you boys gonna do? He's an older guy, man. I was like, well, we're gonna do a good job. Just give us a shot. Yeah. And so he said, I'm gonna let you boys have 5 minutes.
Okay. And 5 minutes.
So I went back to my partner and I say, man, okay, tonight we gotta steal a show.
Okay.
We rented a limousine.
Wow.
We rented tuxedos.
Okay.
And we had a song. At the time, I Need Love was a hot song.
LL Cool J?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I told my partner we need to write a slow song. So we wrote a slow song called We're in Love. The song blew up so much, they started playing it on the radio. Now, I'm on the radio, but I didn't even play me. Because I'm like, they looking at me like, you playing yourself. So other radio stations started playing our song. And I was like, wow, the song done blew up. So the promoter was like, they playing your song on the radio. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy. So how
did they get the records back then, though? Like somebody had a service to DJs or what?
We put it on a cassette.
Oh, okay.
We put it on a cassette. And what we did was we made a bunch of copies on cassette. And we would pass them around to the popular dudes that had the trucks and all of that. And they started playing the song. And so the guy was like, I'm going to give y'all 5 minutes. We got a limousine. We got the tuxedos. We hit the stage for Ready for the World. And we killed it.
Really?
And the next day in the newspaper, they had us in the newspaper, a picture of us on stage. Local artists came to the show, stole the show. They went a little far with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was Ready for the World.
Right. I mean, back then.
Local entertainment stole the show. So here we are. Our first concert, we in the newspaper. I'm on the radio doing my mix thing. And it just started blowing up.
It's blowing up in the Quad Cities.
In the Quad Cities. And after a few years, after being around Buddy Walker, I was like, you know what? I want to throw my first concert. But I ain't have no money.
Yeah.
So I started working and partnering up with other people. And I said, I brought a H-Town to town.
Okay.
My first concert. And the flyers, basically made the flyers with a marker.
So this is like the early 90s at this point.
Yeah. It's about 89, 90, yeah.
Yeah.
So I had my first concert, and at the top it was Captain Entertainment Presents.
Okay, wow.
I say, I'm DJ Captain, I'm Captain Entertainment.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a nice little flow right here. The concert went off good, and Captain Entertainment was born.
Wow. And I want to go back a little bit. For those that don't know what a cassette is like a something small. It's probably about yay for the kids out there, Cap. And it got like stuff in it. I don't even know what it is, like little tape,
reels,
little tape reels. Because back before they had reel to reel, right?
Yeah.
Reel to reel. Then they condensed it into a cassette tape, and you had to press play and record at the same time in order to record something. So I had to get that one to tips for the kids who don't know what a cassette is,
Yeah.
But anyway, so you say Captain Entertainment was born from an H-Town concert, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Wow. And shout out to H-Town. One of the members died. Recently I was looking at an H-Town show, and I actually went to a concert, and I was backstage, and it brought back all those, memories of H-Town and me growing up or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I forgot that dude had died. So I just wanted to say that. So you were actually doing H-Town back when they first came out, knocking the boots, H-Town.
Yes, knocking the boots, H-Town. Yeah. And it was funny because, I picked him up, drove him around, and all that. So then with the popularity that I had, I wanted to give back. You know, because, and we kind of skipped over that, but my mom died at an early age. I was 13.
Oh, okay.
My mom died of a drug overdose, so I always was against,
drugs and all that.
That
and so your father raised you?
Yeah.
You was raised in a single father?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes, and my father worked for a roping company, and so he had...
Like, what kind of rope? What do you mean rope?
The company made ropes.
Okay. Like a jump rope
real,
or like a tweed or whatever.
It was a big company, and they made ropes, and so my dad kind of had it going on. We had a big house.
Okay.
And he would send me to my grandmother's house in the summer, and that kind of taught me because she had 8 kids.
Okay.
And I seen what it was like. It was like the haves and the have-nots.
Okay.
My dad spoiled me. I had it all. And when I went down there, I was under 8 kids. So they were struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? So to see some of the things that I seen, and, he sent me down there on a Greyhound. And that morning, they was getting up to go chop cotton.
Okay, now, where were you born? Like, where you from?
I was born in St. Louis, Missouri.
You was born in St. Louis, and you from St. Louis. Your dad in St. Louis. Where did you go down to see your grandma at?
Down in Hayti, Missouri.
Hayti, Missouri.
Down there by Sykeston, Missouri.
I know where that's at. I know where that's at.
So he sent me down there on a Greyhound, and I got slacks and shoes on, and when I got out there, they was getting ready to go chop cotton.
Yeah, Hayti.
Now me, I didn't know what chopping cotton was.
Yeah.
So when I got to the house, my grandmother told me to take off my clothes, because
you got to go to work.
we get ready to go chop cotton. I was like, I didn't know what chop cotton
was. I'm DJ Captain. What are you talking about?
I wasn't DJ Captain.
Oh, okay.
I was young. So I was like, oh, no, sorry to take y'all back for a second, but I need to put this in there.
No, it's all a part of it.
So they put me on this truck, and we went out to a cotton field, and they was chopping. Chopping cotton is for the younger people.
Yeah. It's
chopping the weeds away from around the cotton so it don't destroy the cotton. Did you know that? Because you know it too.
Yeah, I ain't know about that.
So the cotton that you chopping, it's the cotton that you got on right now.
Yeah.
It's the cotton.
Yeah.
But back in the days, they sent people out to chop the grass away from around the cotton. So me not knowing from the city, I didn't know what I was doing. I was chopping the man cotton down.
So he was mad.
The white guy was like, told my grandmother, don't ever bring him back.
He messing up the money.
I don't know what he doing. So he decided to make me the water boy.
Okay.
So I just was taking water to the people that was out there chopping the cotton.
Okay.
So after you chop the grass away from around the cotton, then you pick it. You pick the cotton, put it in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did back in the day. So
that's crazy.
I watched my grandmother and my granddad like struggling. They had 8 kids, you know. The good meals came at the beginning of the month. So I wanted to get on the phone and call my dad and let him know what's popping down here.
Yeah.
I don't do this.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing is, back in the days, they only had one phone line.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's 10 people on your road down there, all 10 people is on that line.
Mm.
So you got white guys on the line, Mexican, everybody on your line.
Okay.
You can't use it until you hit a dial tone.
Yeah.
So if you pick it up and somebody on there, they're going to tell you, get off the phone, you. What is this?
Yeah.
So anyway,
Right.
the more to that story is I learned, it was kind of haves and have-nots. So what I learned was to start giving back because everybody is not as fortunate as you.
Right.
So when I came back, I took my popularity from doing what I was doing for as DJing and all of that and my captain entertainment. I started traveling to schools.
Yeah.
And I formed this thing called Peace in the Hood. And I just started lecturing kids on giving back and staying out of trouble and avoiding trouble and always looking out for other people. And that's how my Peace in the Hood thing started.
Okay.
I started in the 80s and I still do it.
Still do it today.
To this day. And it got so big. We were so popular in the Quad Cities. We would go to schools and talk, and then we would rap at the end of it.
Okay, so that's dope.
And the kids would chase us. They want autographs and everything.
Nothing like doing something for like the youth, man, because they always embrace what you're doing. They don't really look at so much. I mean, yes, they know stars and things like that, but they don't really think too much about that whenever you're doing something for them. So
yeah,
that's always good to do something for the
my
youth.
mom had died over drugs. I felt like that was my mission. I was popular, so I felt like I needed to give back. And I say this to all the older guys that's out there. Every day you wake up and you don't put some kind of positivity in these younger people out here, look at yourself as you fail.
Yeah.
You failed that day.
Wow.
That's what I took on. And so after the Quad Cities, I ended up moving to Peoria.
Okay.
Which we used to always drive through Peoria and everything. But I was DJing a lot of clubs in Peoria.
Yeah.
And so I got an offer to DJ in a club there and an offer to DJ on the radio there.
Wow.
So it's kind of like, you know what? Quad Cities, I think I'm finna let this go. I'm moving to Peoria.
Yeah.
So I moved to Peoria. I got a job on the radio. I had a show called The Midday Crazy Crew with this other young lady. And I created a Skirt with the Dirt.
Skirt with the Dirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and what happened was the radio station trusted me enough to I had like 3-hour show. They trusted me to write and produce my own show.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which I didn't think I can do that, but I know what people want.
Okay.
So I started putting together my show and everything, and the Skirt with the Dirt was born. She used to do the entertainment news and all of that. So I was in Peoria for like 3 years. I was throwing concerts. I was DJing in the clubs. Everything was popping.
Yeah.
And I was driving through Springfield, and I was promoting one of my concerts.
Okay.
And I said, well, let me stop at the club down here and put some flyers out.
Yeah.
And so happened the club owner was coming out. And I was like, I'm bringing a concert, and I just want to know, can I leave some flyers? He was like, yeah. He's like, what you do? I was like, I DJ. He was like, you should come DJ and audition for us one night.
Okay.
So in my head, I'm like, audition? Audition.
Yeah.
But it was like, they don't know who I am.
They don't know in this market, right?
He said, why don't you come on Thursday and DJ? And I think he said, give me $75 or something. I was like, that's disrespectful.
Man, I gotta pay you to audition?
Man, yeah. So I came and I did it.
Yeah.
Thursday night was Talk of the Town. Max Lounge was the popping spot.
Now what year was this though?
This was probably 2000.
90 still? 2000? Okay.
Yeah, 2006, 7.
Okay.
Something like that. So Max was popping already.
Yeah.
They gave me a night and nobody really come. So the little people that was there, I did what I do. But he said, why don't you come back on Friday? Since there wasn't a lot of people here, but they like you.
Yeah.
They like you. So I came back on a Friday and I DJ and they put me on the other side. Max had two sides. I rocked the other side and they was like, they love you.
Yeah.
And the night I was there, the main DJ was trying to let one of his boys in. He had no ID.
Okay.
So he told the owner, if you don't let my boy in, I ain't DJing. So the owner was like, you and your boy can get up out of here. So pretty much they got rid of him.
Yeah.
And
how you doing in the
they
main
say,
room?
Hey, well, look,
Yeah.
Can you come over here and do the main room tonight?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
oh, it's an opportunity for me.
Right.
So I went over there, tore the big room down.
Wow.
And that's where I DJed for 10 years straight.
10 years straight.
10 years straight. I started bringing comedy shows, parties, concerts, everything to Max. And then I was on the radio. And then opportunity came for Decatur.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah, how did that happen, man?
They were starting a new radio station over here, Magic 1050.
Magic 1050.
And they was
AM.
They was AM. They was looking for a job, and they was putting it out, all over. I think Lavelle P said it was like 2,000 people applied for the job at the time, just worldwide.
Yeah.
And I gave this young lady over here a cassette of me from my previous radio station, and they loved it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. So they set up a meeting with me at Magic 1050, and they was like, hey, we're gonna pay you so much money.
Diddly squat.
No, actually,
they paid you pretty good.
I was getting like $2,000 a month.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah. Plus,
I should have been asking for
your appearance. You was an intern.
Yeah, I should have been.
I got picked. It was on. It was on for me. So they built it up where they was making a big announcement that I was coming. I was going to be the new job.
Yeah.
And it was big for me because they gave me the opportunity to write and produce my own show. They were like, we're going to let you do whatever you wanted to do. So what I did, I structured my show with like 2 o'clock. I had something going on. I had the Skirt with the Dirt going on. I had the Ride at 5, Battle of the Bands. And all of this was things that people would be interested in. Like you getting off work and you hear Guy versus Jodeci. And the songs, you get to call in and be like, that's my joint. No, he ain't beating with that joint. So it was exciting. So
you was doing verses before it was verses, pretty much.
Actually, I started verses.
You started verses. Swiss Beats, Timberland, cut the check. Cut the check. I got to make some phone call. DJ A1,
Thanks,
please.
Benny,
Get
man.
somebody on the phone, please.
I started verses. So anyway, the show was produced well, and then I started having guests, and I knew stars at this time. So stars would call in, and the show started popping off, and the ratings started really going up, and it was a big thing. And, Tom Joyner was in the morning, and it all worked out. I did a few years over there before they went syndicated, and then I got a job in Springfield to do the hip-hop show. First ever hip-hop show on the weekend, mix show.
Yeah.
And they let me go live and all of that.
Was it 99.7 or something else?
99.7. I
Okay.
did 10 years there, too.
Dang.
So
Wow.
that's how all that was born.
Yeah,
and,
man. So you really got your claws deep into DJing, and really Central Illinois, you put your stamp on,
put my stamp on.
Yeah.
I started being known for being a good DJ, throwing shows that was not only professional shows, but you could tell when you came to my shows that I put my heart into it.
Yeah.
I might have a comedy show, but I might have dinner before the comedy show because I cared about the people that was paying to come see my shows.
Yeah.
And to this day, my longevity comes from we know if Captain say something, it's gonna happen. If I say I got Jay-Z coming next week, it's a chance
they gonna know.
I might have, because I built that name up like that. So, that's what helped me be here as long as I've been here, giving quality shows and putting my heart in everything that I do. And then I got the opportunity when the big arena concerts came into play. It was a guy in St. Louis named Mookie, and he would do the street team for like the major tours that was coming in, and I was like, man, can you hook me up with that tour? He's like, man, the radio stations be covering all of that, and they pretty much have some of the tours have DJs on the tours already. They said, I'm gonna give you a number to call, and you can call them and see what's up. So I called one of the tour numbers, and I was like, I'm DJ Captain. I'm a street promoter. I do this, I do that. I know what it is to bring in a big concert, and people don't come out to see it. So I put my heart into putting stuff in the streets, and I'm a DJ, and I like to come DJ for you guys. I'm not gonna charge anything. I just want to show you what I got.
Yeah.
And they say, you know what? They say, we got Mike Epps coming in St. Louis in a couple months. We're gonna let you DJ.
Wow.
I'm like, you kidding me? It's like, yeah, Mike Epps, you're gonna DJ the tour, and we're gonna pay you $250. Like Mike Epps coming, I'm DJing, and I can say I'm DJing the tour. And so this 12 years ago.
Okay.
And so I made a flyer stating that I was going to be DJing for the tour. And I said, I got to really kill it.
You got to kill it.
This is my debut.
Yeah.
So what I did was, when they were setting up everything, they didn't give me a mic.
I think you use it off to the side, behind stage, actually, on the side of the stage, in the dark.
No, I was on stage.
Okay.
But they didn't give me no mic.
So you just had a rocket.
People going to see me.
Yeah.
But
you can't talk.
What can I do to make them talk about
And you stop pop locking, so you can't do that no more.
Pop. So what happened was I did this old school mix. And I just started mixing a bunch of records. And people start talking about the DJ killed it. So they thought
at
I
the
was
comedy show. Yeah.
They thought I was part of the tour, which I only was DJing that
one date.
Tour. So word got back to the tour people. The tour manager let the tour people know that whoever this DJ is y'all had tonight stole the show. He did his thing.
Yeah.
And then I had booked Mike back in the days.
Yeah.
So when I seen Mike, it's like, Mike, it's
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
So I didn't even use him.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I was booking concerts and everything. I was booking him when he was $300.
And
I knew Mike when he was on drugs and everything.
Right.
So they say, you know what? We're going to put you on some more tours. You did your thing. And so 12 years ago, I've been DJing tours. From Mike Epps to the biggest comedy tour, some more the biggest comedy tour.
D-Ray, you did some D-Ray stuff, right?
The biggest comedy tour. No Cap. Erykah Badu. Goody Mob. It just what I did that night. I continue to pour the sauce on it. So the next time they booked me there, I asked them. I was like, "Can I have a mic?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, usually, they don't be giving DJs mic because some of them sound terrible and this and that."
Yeah.
And so the road manager guy was like, "Man, can I have them?" I said, "You know what?" So I tricked him.
Okay.
I said, "Man, can I have a mic? Because I want to announce the show y'all got coming up next month. I want to really pour it into the crowd tonight."
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, send him up a mic."
Yeah. Now they want.
I said, "Okay." They should have never gave me a mic because I had a pretty nice voice.
Yeah.
And along with my mix, if I could talk over what I'm doing,
you could turn the whole arena up.
They gave me a mic. And I'm like, St. Louis, get ready.
Here we go.
It's going down. Who's celebrating a birthday tonight?
Yeah.
And I was mixing all kinds of songs.
Yeah.
And they was like, who is this dude? And so the mic was just some more sauce on what I was already doing. So I got known for being a really nice DJ for tours.
Yeah.
And other people would see me and be like, "Hey man, I got this show coming up, man. I want you to DJ, And then you got sellout shows. You got 10,000 people that didn't know who DJ Captain was until that night. Yeah. And sometimes it was tours where they set you over in the corner. How that goes.
Yeah.
And you don't get seen.
Yeah.
Like they don't see me down here. Yeah. They gonna hear me though. DJ Captain. So
that's dope, man.
It'd be people was like, I heard you at the show, but I didn't see you. Hey, well, I was there.
I was there.
That's how it all.
Man, that's good. I mean, I love your story because a lot of these things are continual. So it's like you started off, man, in the Army, trying to figure out how you gonna DJ, all the way to DJing arenas, radio, things like that. So what would you say is like the key to your longevity, man? Because it seems like you got a bunch of impromptu moments where you got to just show up and just do your thing. Like, what would you say would be the key to your longevity?
Key to my longevity, and I said it earlier once, is putting your heart into everything that you do.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, this studio here, you starting. You could tell you putting your heart into it with the colors and just how professional it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I touch, whether it's mixing, whether I'm DJ, if I'm DJing a baby shower,
Yeah.
you gonna party at this baby shower. Somebody at this baby shower gonna say, "Who was the DJ?"
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna give you something extra. I treat everything like it's a Mike Epps tour.
Yeah.
I treat a house party like it's a Mike Epps tour. I treat your birthday party like it's that.
Yeah.
Anything that I do, I put my heart into it. My concerts, I make sure I have a venue that's nice. If the venue not nice, I'm going out, I'm buying tablecloths. I'm decorating myself.
Yeah.
Because my name is on the line. I have a brand.
Yeah.
And your brand is all you got.
I was thinking about one of the things, you know, whenever I got started, you know, I was interning with you and all. Man, you talking about decorating things. I remember going to, you brought out Silk, the R&B group Silk, to Decatur, and you had me pick them up from the airport. I had to drive your car, pick them up, pick everybody up, take them to a hotel, doing all that, running around, man. The intern stuff, you know what I'm saying?
But you
running
learn
around.
from that, though.
Definitely, because I know now, like, because when I start, you know, doing my own shows,
Right.
I know, you know, you got to have a driver, you got to have a runner, you got to have this, we got to make sure we got food, we got to make sure we have that.
Yeah, you
and,
learn.
you know what I'm saying? I learned a whole lot from you, man. So like I said, that's why I really wanted to bring you on today. But like you say, if the venue is not conducive to what you want to do, you as a promoter, you as a professional in the show business, man, you got to improvise, you know? So you got to decorate. You got to figure out how to make something plain look like something, right? So it seemed like your story is kind of like making a way out of no way, almost.
Let me tell you something I did.
Yeah.
I ain't never told this story on the radio.
Yeah.
And I might get in trouble for telling this story.
Okay.
But I booked Alexander O'Neal.
Okay. He was cold.
And
yeah, he was cold.
And his wife called me and she said, "Hey, Alexander just came from London.
Mm-hmm.
So is it any cleaner?"
Was he high back then whenever you booked him, or you don't remember?
I had that moment. I had one of those moments with
you know?
I had one of those moments with but this particular time,
he was lit.
He was having a hip replacement.
Oh, okay.
And she said, "Can you put his clothes in the cleaner because he's coming from overseas. Everything is dirty."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "What time are you going to get here?" She was like, "He should be there around 4. I say, "Well, the event started at 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to be able to put no clothes in the cleaner." And
mm-hmm.
I took this man clothes from his hotel. I said, "Give me your suit, shirt, everything." I took it to my house.
Yeah.
I washed it.
Wow.
I ironed his shirt.
Wow.
I'm a good ironer.
Yourself, okay.
I steamed his
Double
suit.
starched it.
I steamed his suit.
Wow.
Because I booked him, and what he do gonna reflect on me.
Mm-hmm. And how he look and everything.
How he look and everything. So you ain't going out here. I mean, it was food, like he had ate. It was food all over.
It was Alexander O'Neal when he was popping, so I just
Yeah.
imagine what he used to look like.
So I washed it, ironed his clothes, and had him presentable for that show that night. And that's what I mean by your brand.
Yeah.
You know, reflects on you. So my longevity and it's DJs now because I've been DJing since the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm still getting calls for gigs, clubs, and all of that. And it's because of who I am and what I do and how much heart I put into everything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
I still can go rock a hood party. I still can go rock a old school party and carrying myself well to where you still look pretty decent too, you know.
Yeah.
And then I started getting into designing clothes like these jackets, and I designed.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty dope.
You know, and Stars was like asking me who did the jacket. I need to know who did that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did. He was like, "You designed that?" I was like, "Yeah." and so I designed like 7 or 8 different jean outfits and everything. I just DJ'd a sold out Fantasia Joe concert.
Okay.
I just did I just did a concert Saturday with some more.
Okay.
My 12th year.
12th year with some more.
Yeah.
Wow.
12th year with some more. And, now it's at the point where they go up and they shout me out and, and everything. So it's been nothing but love, man.
Yeah, that's good, man. And that was back in St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
So how was it like going back home after,
Going back home, it's always good going back home. everybody want free tickets, but they kind of know now.
Right, yeah.
Cap ain't on that.
Yeah.
He been in it too long. He ain't on that.
Yeah.
So, just, people from high school, coming up.
Good to see you, yeah.
It's like, I went to high school with you.
Yeah, like, oh, okay.
You'd be like, dang, I used to like you too. So yeah, it's a
you hear all
thing.
that.
And then, another thing is like my son is a promoter now, Whitball Entertainment. And,
okay.
When he's throwing parties and different things, sometimes I try to give him all the game that I got.
Yeah.
And what I say to him is a lot is it's pretty sad when I've been doing this for so long and younger promoters are not showing me nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
No.
With the internet and everything out here now, you get to see and steal so many different things.
Yeah.
So I came up with this thing a couple years ago. And I kind of got the idea from the pandemic,
okay.
when you couldn't be around people, you need to be outside. So I got an enormous deck backyard. So I was like, you know what? I want to throw a backyard comedy show. And it was just an idea. And so what I did was I cater.
Yeah.
So I did the food and everything. And I booked some comedians. And I had a backyard comedy show. And I sold 200 seats.
In your backyard.
And
taking it back to the beginning, the basics, man. That's dope.
That's dope. I took back where it all started from. And
the
people
backyard.
loved it.
Yeah.
And I told people to bring lawn chairs.
Okay.
Bring lawn chairs. If you didn't want to bring a lawn chair, I had VIP seating with couches and all of that. You could pay $200 for VIP seating. Catered, did the food and everything, and I created this. I got this peach lemonade that I'm known for.
Okay.
It's labeled. It labeled it up and everything.
You're a businessman to the heart.
And it had real peach. You never seen peach tea with real peaches.
Oh wow.
And I
gourmet peach tea.
I sold them for like $5. It was amazing.
Wow.
So this is my second year having the backyard comedy show. Now everybody want me to come to their city and do a backyard comedy show.
I like that. A backyard comedy show. You need to put that on a tour.
Yeah, pretty much.
Get your son together, promote that, you know what I'm saying, and I'll help y'all with that joint.
I'm actually going to take it to the Quad Cities this summer.
Oh, they'll love it.
So it's
but you need a bigger venue in the Quad. You got to have a big backyard because you kind of started in the Quad Cities, so everybody going to show up, man.
People be sending me videos. Like, it's a guy got a birthday coming up. He sent me a video of his backyard, and he want to do it. It's got to be done right, though.
Got to be done right. You got to be done right, man. I mean, you had all these. What would you say would probably be the lesson or the how do you? Because you talked about all these successes, but did you go through anything where you had to learn something?
Yeah.
Did you fail? Yeah. Anything that you do, man?
Definitely. And like I tell my son, a lot of the concerts, I didn't win every concert.
Yeah. Like, how was it when you lost? Like, when you put up all your money and you got investors or however you got the money, and then you lose on a show? Like,
well, it's been times I've lost, but I tell you one I did with another promoter. And what I tell promoters is, because most promoters that want to do a concert with you, they want to come in and they want to get rich that first night.
The first night, they want to pay.
It don't always work like that. So I did a concert. I put together a concert for a guy, and it was a $30,000 concert, and I think they made six back.
6,000.
6,000.
They lost 24,000 in one night.
Yeah, I have had concerts where I didn't know how I was gonna get back on the highway and get home. That's how broke I was.
Yeah.
After paying everybody and just losing.
Yeah.
It's like I only have gas money to get back. It's been that bad.
So how did you deal with all that, man?
But I started learning. I learned to accept that if I put my heart and I believe in something that I think is gonna work, then I gotta settle for the consequences afterwards. So it's a gambling thing, kind of.
Yeah.
But when you got houses and you got to pay mortgage and all that, you can't gamble like you used to.
You can't gamble like that.
So you got to pick and choose what you do wisely. You know, like for instance, I'm gonna give you a story. I did me and Jimmy Rice, Johnny Rice, another promoter out of Springfield. We did Bobby V in the cities. Perfect. Had Bobby V, dude from the Rude Boys.
Okay.
And we had a comedy. We call it Jokes and Notes.
Okay.
And the show was put together well. Nothing can go wrong with this show. But I always say anything can happen.
Anything.
Show went on sale, and during the COVID situation, a lot of stuff was canceled. So Boys the Men was doing a makeup concert.
Okay.
The same night as my show.
Dang.
They just say, hey, we're going to do that date over there. And it was the same date as our date.
Yeah.
And we took a L because of that. But that's how things happen.
Yeah.
It could be weather.
It could be weather.
Anything can happen on your show. And you gotta be prepared to, like, I don't count my money until it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't do a show and say, yeah, after this show, I'm finna get that new truck.
Yeah. You can't do that.
No. I do the show, and whatever happens after that concert, I live with it. And I live with it that night, and I don't even want to talk about it no more.
Yeah.
After that, that's how I structure myself, because I can't be getting high blood pressure and stressing out on all these different things that I'm doing.
You do too. Yeah, already. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just that's how I do it. That's how I navigate it. You know, I go in and if I believe it can happen, I'm going with it.
Yeah.
If it don't, you know, I try.
What would you say would be what's your definition of success, man?
You know what? I used to set goals.
Okay.
I used to be like, yeah, I want to work on radio. Did it. I want my own bottled water. Did it. I want to be on the tours. Did it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a job working for the state.
Yeah.
Did it.
Did it.
You know, put in 3 years, kept getting turned down, and finally it happened. So when it comes to success for me, is some of the goals that I want to do. I want to finish my book, get my book out.
Okay.
And I always wanted to go on a major tour.
Okay.
To where I'm on tour with the stars every night.
Yeah.
Going around the world.
Yeah.
Finally got that opportunity.
Wow.
But then I couldn't do it because of my new job.
Yeah.
So God like, hey, you wanted that.
Yeah.
So now you're going to get that up to go do this that might last for this long?
Yeah.
So I couldn't do the major tours, so I can do every tours here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the job that I want, and you know, when I retire out in a few years, then I can pursue that.
Yeah.
But when I look at the answer to your question is you know, once you got a roof over your head, you got a home, you paying mortgage, you got money coming in. Of course, it's gonna always be. I'm doing everything that I wanted to do in life. Okay. I'm just doing it on a bigger level. Yeah. And the bigger level that I want is to be able to say, hey, and I kind of can do that now, but like if I wanted to book Fantasia, you know, I'm so plugged with the stars now. Yeah. I can book just about anybody that I want. Yeah. And that's what I always wanted to do. Be able to book anybody that I want. Yeah. So pretty much everything that I want to do and accomplish, I'm doing it.
So you're saying your definition of success is setting goals and actually achieving them or working towards the goal.
That's it.
Yes.
Set that goal. You want this book? Now let's see, can you get it done? Yeah. You know, and not only can you get it done, but can you get it done on your own, like without having somebody else believe in your dream. Like, right. I want this book done. But if I come to you and say, Benny, man, I want to do this book, man, and I need about 10 grand to get it done. Or you're going to believe in me enough to put your last 10 grand in me. Right. No. You working on this. So you out of there. Yeah. So Who
Right.
can I call?
Yeah.
I know stars, but
Yeah. Are they gonna put up 10 grand for your book?
if I call D-Ray and say, probably he would.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to find somebody that believes in the same thing you believe
Yeah.
in. Like you believe that this is going to work for you.
Yes.
Now you got to find a couple of people, investors,
Definitely.
that believe in you enough to
Turn it up
invest
a little bit more.
that money.
Yeah.
And I never been one to really do that. I always believe like I want this, and I'm gonna do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
and
how I
if a
am.
person really sit back from afar and watch what you do, and believe that you a hustler, you a go getter, you ain't gotta ask them.
Nah.
They're gonna say, Benny, I like what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
How can I invest?
Yeah. You know, it's crazy because, you know, a couple people came to me, but then in particular, an actual bank came to me saying, hey, we love what you're doing. Because this is just work I'm just doing in the community or whatever. President of a bank came to me and said, hey, we really love what you're doing, and we want to make sure you get to, you know, maximize everything that you're trying to do. So come talk. I'm just a little hesitant right now on moving forward with that, man. But you just never know who's going to come to you if you're just working in your own gift.
Yeah, you're working in your own gift, and people see your heart is in your gift.
Yeah.
And like with that bank situation, I would run with it because it ain't somebody from the hood that
Right.
when I say that, it ain't somebody that's sitting back just wanting to advance real quick overnight.
Right.
You know, you got a lot of potentials here. You walk me through and let me see.
Mm-hmm.
If I had the money, I would invest too because I see potentials right in that 5-minute walk.
Yeah.
I see a studio. I see
Somebody in the back recording right now.
Yeah, I see a vendor opportunity for repasts, for birthday parties, and all kind of stuff. I see the vision.
Yeah.
A podcast, I always wanted a podcast, and to watch you do it, it's like if I was on the outside looking in, I would invest. Yeah, because one, I know your drive. Yeah, I know your heart, and I know you ain't that type of dude that's gonna get over on me. Right. You know, because you want it so bad too. Mm-hmm. So if I couldn't do what you do, I invest in it. Right. And a lot of times it's probably people out there looking at me and saying, this dude been doing this so long. He got to be doing something right to be doing this long. And they come to me, but I don't deal with everybody. You can't deal with everybody. Because all money ain't good money, and you looking for me to make you rich overnight.
So talk about that. I want to go back. Okay, so growing up, like, I want to stick with Making a Mogul because this show is really about helping somebody who's looking to become a mogul in their own aspect. Mm-hmm. And on your course to being a mogul, or just anybody in business, or just living out your dreams in general, you're going to come across people that really don't believe in you, or people that might be your friends and they fall off because did you have to encounter any of that type of situation growing up or coming up through your rankings? And
coming up for me, I always been a guy that didn't have a lot of friends around me. There was people that wanted to be around me because I was popular and I'm around all the stars. Obviously. But I learned at an early age, it was people that was just wanting to hang out with me, and they was on the wrong path, and they got themselves into situations, and they situations ended up rolling over to me. Perfect example. A guy that was just cool, just, hey man, whatever party you at, I'm at. I'm getting VIP seats, I'm there. Wherever you going, I'm going. Wherever city you going, I'm going. Just wanted to be around. Yeah. And one time he got himself into some stuff, and he beat up a person at a gas station. Like, come on, man. And he drove to my house to tell me what he did.
Like, why are you coming to my house first?
So when he got there, huffing and puffing, I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's going on? And he was telling me what he had did, and I was like, well, why did you come to my house?
Like, I'm not going.
He was like, no, man, I just had to tell you before I go home. I couldn't believe, man, this, that, and the other.
Like, all right, okay.
He left. I went on about my day. And that night, I'm laying up in the bed on the phone, kicking it, talking to a chick. Yeah, what's up? Pow, 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 pow. It's bullets ringing through my house.
Your house.
Ringing through the house. I roll up on the bed, call 911. come to find out, somebody shot up my crib 40 rounds.
So they seen him go over there.
They see him. This where he live. They figured this where he live.
Oh my
so
God.
just I learned back then at an early age, you can't associate yourself with everybody.
Especially whenever you're doing something positive and on your way to like stardom or wherever the case, you can't just be associating with everybody.
Yeah. And even people in my group, there's certain ways I would talk about this. You got to carry yourself, because what you do reflects on us as a group. Or I never wanted to do anything to blemish my name. Mm-hmm. And I had an alderman in a town in the Quad Cities. Went to the papers and made me out to be a bad guy, because wherever I go, it's packed.
Yeah.
How am I bad for people liking me?
Yeah.
So he went to a club that I was packing every weekend. He was like, oh, there's so many people and loud music and people are using the bathroom against the poles. And what do I got to do with any of that?
Right.
I'm just a talent. I'm here just playing my talent. So I would get the raw deal sometimes for being too popular. Yeah. But all of those was learning lessons. When I do a concert, I try to do it with somebody, if I'm going to do it with you, that they're seeing it just like I'm seeing it. Want the same things that I want. Want it laid out just like I want it. Yeah. You gotta want the same things, or it can mess up. One night can blemish your whole situation. I've been at concerts where I was supposed to be a part of it. Yeah. And I can pull up and I just say, I ain't doing that. Yeah. Because I've been doing it for so long, I just know when
you just know. Right. You got that feeling, that sixth sense. Right. You just know. So how do you deal with all that like adversity and people like Captain stuck up, man. He doing all these shows and all that. He ain't the same.
Yeah. And I fought myself for the beginning of my career because in the club, people would think I was a little stuck up because they would speak and I didn't speak back. Okay. And it's like, no, I wear glasses. I ain't even see you. I didn't even see you. I looked right at you and was like, hey, Captain, you didn't even say nothing. Trust me. I wear glasses. People don't know it. I didn't see you. I would get that. Or people think I'm unapproachable because of social media now. Yeah. People look at everything that I do and feel like they can't come to me.
Yeah, because you associate with yourself with so many stars or you doing stuff.
But there's something within you. Yeah. Because I'm the same guy. Yeah. So I got that. I got that a lot. And I don't get to hear it personally from the person, but other people might say, this is what I heard about you. And I'm like, why they say that? And I get offended because I used to think there ain't nobody that don't like me. I felt like that.
Yeah, you would think that.
I'm so popular, there ain't nobody that don't like me. And this older guy was like, no, these people just hate your guts and don't even know you.
That's crazy.
And
It'd be like that though.
I was at Max one night and me and a guy was sitting there and the guy got up and told another guy, he was like, can't stand him, man. He was talking about me.
I hate him.
And so the dude was like, why you can't stand him? Do you know him? He said, no, I don't know, man. I just get tired of hearing his name everywhere.
Yeah, people, it's crazy,
man. The hate
man.
comes just from that. So I learned that you can't please everybody.
You can't, man.
And those 25 or 50 people that's hating on you, it's thousands that's got nothing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's why you always see on like YouTube, you see a whole bunch of thumbs ups, but the thumbs down, you don't see too many of them, but you just know somebody, I don't care if it's a masterpiece. I mean, Beethoven, all the masterpiece he did, people go still hate on him because he.
And I learned to navigate through all of that. I always been one that I kind of hang along. I got a handful of friends. Yeah. Everybody know who I am. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you what's really crazy. You're gonna find this crazy as hell when I say it to you. Okay. Because I just told somebody this. I had a friend of mine, Jordan. His name Jordan. He works for the school district, and he went through some things, So I was calling, I was checking on him, like, man, you all right? Everything good? Everything good? And so he called me after he went through what he went through, and he said, man, I just wanted to say thank you for checking on me like that. I'm like, man, it's all good. I ain't got but a handful of friends, you know?
Yeah.
And I said, he said, so what you been doing? What you been doing? Man? I said, I just been working and going to do my little tours and everything. And he said, man, I got to come through and kick it with you, man. I ain't been through there. I said, man, I ain't had company since June 12th. I haven't had company. Like somebody just stopped by and said, what's up, man? Just came through and kick it. Since June, since my backyard comedy show.
Okay.
I haven't had company.
Dang.
Ain't that crazy for a person like me?
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, but I'm cool. Yeah. Because man. People feel like I was at my comedy show and I was hosting it. And I asked, I had 200 people. I had to stop selling tickets. And I asked the 200 people in the yard. I was like, let me ask y'all something. I invited y'all to my home for this comedy show. Mm-hmm. Why ain't nobody here invited me to a cookout that y'all had
at their house? Right.
And everybody's like,
wow. All right. We ain't invited.
And most people feel like, well, you always busy. But at least give me the opportunity to say no.
Yeah, let me decline.
Yeah, so nobody invite me to nothing.
Yeah.
He busy, he can't go, or they don't see me and stuff. They be like, oh, we know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, you just waiting for the invite. Because you don't know what's going on because you're doing your own thing.
I'm doing my own thing, but I don't mind coming to other people.
You stop through.
Events.
I'll do a walkthrough.
Yeah. Nobody invite me to nothing.
You hear that, everybody? I need to start inviting Cap to your parties, your barbecues, and all the bar mitzvahs, okay?
Yeah.
Make sure he get there, man. Me too. Invite me out. I'm the same boat, man. People always think I got all this stuff going on, but, I do. But, at the same time, if you tell me about something going on next month, I can stop through, you know what I'm saying? Next week even. It just depends on what's going on, Just let me know.
Hey, I've been at my neighbor house one time.
He's just your neighbor now.
Something wrong with that picture.
Your neighbor, man. I don't know, man. So, it's I don't know. It's been fun though, actually talking to you, man. It's certain things I never knew how you started, so that's dope. But how do you, as we wrap it up, though, I'm trying to think about what's next for DJ Captain.
I would say continuing to do what I do at a high level, and also finishing up my book. I'm finishing up a book that I've been writing for like 10 years. I'm at the end.
Okay.
And also I want to have a big celebration. I always wanted to have a big, like 40-year celebration to celebrate my legacy.
Yeah.
Everything that I've been doing. I just want to have a big concert in like 3 or 4 different cities.
You definitely got to do Davenport for sure.
Yeah, I got to do the Quad Cities.
Maybe you got to Quad Cities. I'm going to pick it for you.
Peoria.
Got to do Peoria.
I got to do
Springfield and St. Louis.
St. Louis, I got to do Decatur too, because Decatur gave me so much love, man.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Decatur gave me so much love, man. So those are some of the things that I'm looking to do and continue to do what I've been doing, because what I'm doing now is something that I always wanted to do, and I love what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I stepped away from radio because of the job, but I like to get back. And if not radio, I definitely want to do a podcast.
Yeah.
And it might be up under Benny's umbrella.
Yeah. Come on, the Sweet 74 Network
might be up under his.
Hey, I love it.
And he was intern for me, so hey, I had to come back.
I'm still working for you, man.
Yeah. So continue to do what I do on a high level. Continue to DJ on some of the biggest tours. Get my book out. Have my big celebration.
Yeah.
Enjoy life and continue to feed knowledge to my sons and also people in the community and the kids. I still go back and work for the school district too.
Now talk about that a little bit. Now we touched so much about your entertainment and media stuff, man. What do you do in a school district?
Okay, I was security in a school district. I started in 2006. Actually, I started in Davenport, Iowa. I got on there as a sub. So what I used to do, I was living in Springfield, and I would drive back every night, every morning, and go do security in the schools. I did that for 6 months in the Quad Cities. And then I got on here in Springfield.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked Springfield schools for 12 years. And again, like I tell everybody, no matter what you do, put some extra in it. So I wasn't only just a security guard in the school district. My first 3 months there, I was like, hey, I was wondering, can I create this program called 50 Smiles?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, what is that? So I was like, I want to give 50 kids a Christmas that's fortunate, that may not be able to have a Christmas. He was like, okay. I say, so give me 50. Well, I see kids.
You know who they are.
Need, but we got parent educators that work there that know kids that's really hurting and living in hotels and homeless and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, give me 50 names, and I know I can bring a Christmas to 50 kids myself. But if people want to help, principals, teachers, I allowed them to help me too. So what we did was we bagged up 50 big bags for kids, gift cards, and I just put it out there. I used my popularity and was like, hey, I'm trying to give 50 kids a Christmas. And so organizations were stepping in, sororities, fraternities were stepping in, bringing gloves, hats, lotion. Tammy Lackland was bringing lotion and body things for kids, soap. And then I called Chick-fil-A, and I told Chick-fil-A what I was trying to do. And they brought 100 meals.
Wow.
And then I called the milk company. They brought milk and orange juice. And every year I would do that for the kids. So I said, well, let's step it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I said, during the pandemic, kids wasn't in school, but they still was at home hurting and suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked the police department. I was like, hey. No, what happened was Hy-Vee acknowledged what I was doing at the school.
Okay.
And they surprised me and came over with the news media and everything. Like I was walking down the hall and they were like, surprise!
Like, hold on, what?
We like what you do, and you are our Hy-Vee Star of the Month.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't do it for that, but thanks.
Yeah.
They like, we have a big check for $500.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, thank you. Can you keep the check and match the check? Give me $500 worth of hams and match it.
Yeah.
We got to go back to the office with that one. So they went back to the office.
Always thinking.
We went back to the office, and they came back, and they said, we're going to match it. I said, okay. So I called the police department. I was like, no, y'all want to do something for the community. I'm trying to give 100 people, 100 families hams and Christmas gifts for the kids. Can y'all donate? Can y'all match? Well, I got 1,000 hams. Can y'all match it?
1,000 hams.
Let me get back with you. We'll talk to the union. They called me back. They said, we're going to do it. So Springfield Police Department matched the hams. So I said, take a step further. I said, fire department.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, can y'all match as many as the police department? I know y'all don't like them.
Yeah. Right.
So they said, okay, we're going to try to match. And I said, why don't y'all bring the fire trucks out here and let the kids play on the fire trucks and all that. So that day I had 100 cars lined up, and we gave away hams, bags, milk, Christmas gifts to kids because they couldn't come to school. So we put our masks on, and I let the police officers pass out because I said it's a good look for the police department.
Yeah.
Giving away stuff.
Definitely. Always.
So you seen the police coming to you like this, and not saying put your hands behind your back.
Right.
So it was a good look. So I did 12 years at the school district, and I left, and I went to the state.
Wow. Something like, you will never know how your life will really like unfold from you like cutting up the weeds and messing up the man money back in the day in Haytime, Missouri. Yeah. Giving back, having that, planting that seed of thought of you giving back from back then. Now we into today's time, and you doing all that you're doing, man. That's just really just a testament to who you are, to DJ Captain and everything that you're doing, man. So I salute that.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man, because I've been blessed.
Yeah.
To be on. I'm blessed to be here today.
Yeah.
On your show.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to be. Just did 2 major concerts back to back in the same city.
Crazy.
Blessed to still have that voice to go out and DJ and do all of that. So it's a blessing to me. So I never want to stop giving back.
Yeah.
And I know what it's like to not have. back then when I was telling you that story about my grandmother, when they celebrated Christmas, when I celebrated Christmas in St. Louis, my dad asked me what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I got everything that I wanted. He got me a train track that covered the whole basement.
Wow. Okay.
So I had it all.
Mm-hmm.
When I went down there and she had 8 kids, for that Christmas, I got a bag of Army Men.
Yeah.
Remember the Army Men in the bag?
Yeah, little green things.
I spent Christmas sitting one up on top of the counter, you know, so that was the difference, you know, and I seen it, and I seen the struggle, but I seen the grandmother and the grandfather work so hard to make sure food was on the table every night, and they did what they could, you know, to provide for us. And we had to be appreciative of it. And
That's
it
major.
just taught me. It's like, man.
So what advice would you give for the younger people, if anybody who wanted to either become a DJ or just, you know, I guess express their talents and make a living off their talent? What would you tell that person?
I would say if you want to do it, make sure your heart is in it. Don't do it because you just sitting back and you watching this podcast and you be like, man, I want to do a podcast, man. It's dope, man. I got a wall in my basement. No, don't do it for that. Do it because you have a passion for it and you're going to put that work in.
Yes.
A lot of people don't put that work in. They get things, but they don't put that work in. I put work into everything that I do.
Yeah.
Like, it could just not be DJing. I could see some landscaping in front of the house and be like, I'm playing it out.
Yeah.
Be like, man, next week I'm about to lay that out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I do. So if it's anything that you want to do, don't be discouraged about people telling you not to do it. But just have that heart that when I do it, and when I'm going to put that work in.
Yeah.
So like, as simple as I told you about the bottled water. Did we talk about the bottled water?
You know what? Mention the bottled water so we can let everybody know where to purchase the bottled water and what it looks like and all that.
I was telling Benny before the show, he offered me some water.
Yeah.
And I was like, when he brought me this, I was like, man, I got my own bottled water.
Yeah, I was tripping.
So how my water bottle came into play was actually, I had a thought of like, everywhere I go, who would turn down some water, especially if it's hot?
Especially if it's hot.
So I was like, man, you know what, man? It'd be nice to do a bottled water, but do a bottled water with a message. You know, so I wanted a message. So I had a tour book coming out. It was like the tour booklet you have down there. Dreams don't. What does it say? My tour booklet. There it goes. Dreams don't have expiration dates.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, it'd be dope if I can have a label on my bottled water, you know. So the water company that brings out the water to different offices and stuff, I stopped them one day.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, if I wanted to have my own label on my bottled water, could I do that? And he was like, yeah, why don't you call a business office? So I called a business office, and they said they could make me a case of water with my own label on it, and it would be $20 a case. Me just wanting it, I was like, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Bring me out 30 cases, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give them away, see what it do.
Yeah.
So I went to one of the ARAF stores, and I was like, hey, I got this bottled water. I'm pretty popular, and I want to sell it. He said, how much would you sell it for? I said, I don't know. How much bottled water go for? It's like $1, you know, $1.29. I said, tell you what, I'm going to leave a case.
Yeah.
If you sell it, if it's sale, you let me bring cases in here to sell. The first case, you can have the money. Now I spent $20 for this case of water. Put my labels came. The truck delivered it.
Wow.
I gave him the case. They put it in the stores. I came back 2 days later. He was like, "Hey, my man, need more water, need more water." And I was like, "You made money off of that?" He sold the whole case. You got more? You got more?
Wow.
I was like, "Man, I don't got more like that." So anyway, I start putting cases in there, and then I start looking at it like this not paying off for me because a case of bottled water you can get for $2.
Right. Yeah.
I'm paying $20.
Paying $20
for them to label it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to one of my print companies. I was like,
hey,
make my own labels.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't make my own labels. I'm finna switch it up. I'm finna make a kids label.
Yeah.
I'm finna make a label for this. I made 5 different labels.
Wow.
And I started labeling them up myself.
Okay.
And once they start popping, I went back to the trucks, and to this day they still sell them.
Wow.
In the stores, and the kids go crazy because some kids go in there and be like, "Hey, Captain."
Yeah, your face on the bottom.
Crazy thing is people buy them and they set them up on their shelf as a souvenir.
Yeah.
Then I start going to concerts, and after the concerts, I would give you bottled water to different fans that buy the tour booklet.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So that's how it happened.
Now I'm talking about entrepreneur and jack of all trades, man. You just really do it, man. It's like you just get an idea and you want to act on it. But also one thing I've been hearing about your story is you know how to take initiative.
Yeah.
Like you know how to go out and go ask that person. If you something that you want, you go find the information and actually go get it done.
Yeah, yeah. Just like with the clothing and the designing of all of that, it's like nobody's gonna believe in some of the dreams you have. So you got to do it yourself. A guy came to me once and was like, "Cap, you should have T-shirts on tour." Man, ain't nobody gonna buy no T-shirt. Man, I ain't no star. I ain't Mike Epps. Yeah. So he said, "Well, let me do some T-shirts for you, and if I make money, then it be my money." Like, man, I don't care. Go on, do it. Yeah. And I didn't realize that here I am on a big stage at an arena.
On a jumbotron.
He got a box of T-shirts over there with my picture on it, DJ Captain, with a nice little logo. Yeah. He over there selling T-shirts, making money. And
line long. You on there DJing like, where my cut at?
I'm like, dog, you don't give me nothing. He's like, you think you a sell? Yeah. I said, okay, this ends the day. We're going to renegotiate. Yeah, they cut me in. Sometimes you don't. It's crazy, but Benny, and you're going to learn this. Sometimes you don't realize the power and the popularity that you have. Yeah. You know, you just in the moment doing your thing and not realizing who you are to other people. And now I'm realizing who I am to other people. Right. It's later on in the game, but it's like I didn't realize I was that person. I speak at a school and I walk out and there's hundreds of kids chasing me. Yeah. Why are y'all chasing me? Yeah. You just performed. You just spoke. Yeah. And that's how the book came. I was at school speaking just from my heart and things I've been through. Yeah. And prisons and juvenile centers. They start writing letters talking about this guy spoke and they was in tune. It was like, you should write a book. I was like, that's how the book thing came.
Do you have a title to your book yet?
I think I want that to be my title.
Dreams don't have expiration dates.
Yeah, because they don't. You could be old as I don't care what. If you still doing it, you doing it. Who tells you when it's a wrap?
Man, when you in the ground, that's about it.
I talked with Charlie Wilson, man, and it was just like, man, you know how long I've been watching you? And this dude vocals is just as strong as people vocals are.
And he sound the same on his records than he do in live.
Yes, he do. So it's like, crazy. Who am I to tell you not to go on tour? Stop going on tour. Who am I to tell Sugar Hill Gang, hey, man, come on, man, stop, man.
Yeah,
who
stop
am I to tell LL Cool J, come on, man.
It was crazy.
If them hits, you still got them?
You know what? And I think Jay-Z was one of the first ones. Because remember, before Jay-Z, before Jay-Z, rap was a young man's sport. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, so Jay-Z put out that song, 40's the new 30, I think. 40's the new 30, I'm so hot still, or something like that. And like people was really like, you're 40 years old, you're washed up. Like, but he was saying something like, well, if Mick Jagger can still go on the road all these years, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne, they still on the road. Why can't rappers still be and living out their purpose and doing their thing and be old? So I think that was a thing to embrace. We got to embrace growing up. We got to embrace getting older. Yeah. We got to embrace all that so that way we can, explore and still do new things.
Yeah, yeah. I believe in that. I'm a DJ as long as I want to. I get to pick and choose what I want to do now, but as long as you can do it and do it well, do it. I watch Ron Isley sit in a chair with a cane.
And just do a show.
Do a whole 3-hour show.
And he's still putting out music. He talking about you looking for the plug.
Who are you to tell me I can't sing on a hook? No, who are you? Who are you to tell me? Younger DJs kill me with us. Yeah. Yeah, man, You gotta get this. You gotta get the computer. You gotta get the pro sound. You gotta get this, man. You gotta. Okay. And my question to them is, you got that.
Yeah.
I'm doing what you do.
Yeah.
And I have this.
Yeah.
I got the CDs and I'm on tour.
Yeah.
So, and nobody's complaining. They saying the same thing. He killed it.
Yeah, he killed it. That's all they saying.
I don't think I need that.
Yeah.
This is working for me.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah. Just keep using it, man. If it work for you, work for you. And if it don't, try something else, man. Anything else you want to say before you get up out of here, man? And
I would just say this to you, man. I like what I'm seeing here.
Yes, sir.
Continue to dream, man, and continue to tell those stories to people. You always said that to me, you know, and there's a lot of people out there saying it now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Cap, you inspired me to be a promoter. You inspired me because they seen you do something that they wanted to do, and they end up doing it.
Yeah.
And they remember, like you remember, like, man, I got to get food for them, man.
Yeah.
I got to get a hotel room. And if you hadn't have did that, you wouldn't have knew how it went.
Honestly, if it wasn't for me doing all that stuff, there would be no Sweet 704. There'd be no podcast. There really would be a lot of the things that I've done because you actually gave me the chance when a lot of other people wouldn't have gave me a chance. You know, they'll like talk or trying to spin me or something like that. But then also, you was one of the first locally to do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't live in Chicago. I'm not in St. Louis. I'm not in all these places. But having somebody with that experience and you was able to willing to show me without hating, you know what I'm saying? You know, this is how we gonna work. This is how I want it done. This is how it should be done. But, you know, add your own sauce on it, add your own spin. And I really appreciated that, man. So that made me, like, honestly, everything I learned back then is like the building blocks for today. You feel
That's
me?
good to hear. That's good to hear. That's
Yeah.
good. Very, very good to hear. And I would say, man, just everything you do, man, put that extra effort in it. Like I see you doing already so far, just walking through here. You can see, like, you got more than one camera because you want an angle from this angle, you want one from that angle. So that lets me know that you invest in wisely. Like, I want it, but I want it to be right too.
Exactly.
And you in the beginning stages, because I see you like running around like I got to get this out. I got to test this, you know.
Yeah.
So you're in the beginning of the stages. 4 or 5 months from now, it's really going to be booming over here. And I'm just glad to be a part of your legacy.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm glad to be a part of yours. DJ Captain, I appreciate you stopping through. It's Making the Mogul, guys. The very first episode. I don't know who we're going to have on next, but we got some pretty exciting things coming up. I got a long list of people I really want to introduce you all to. So just be on the lookout. Thank you. Captain, how can anybody get in touch with you if they wanted to book you for anything? Or
dj.captain@yahoo.com is my email. My phone number is 217-899-7656. And I want to invite you to come to our next big show.
I'm there.
June 23rd in the Quad Cities. I don't know if I should say it, but nobody knows. When is this going to end?
I'll put it out in a couple weeks. Yeah,
okay,
so we good.
Well, June 23rd, he's going to come cover one of the biggest shows coming to the Quad City. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll let him break the news to y'all.
I'll break the news.
Show.
Yeah, I'll break the news. But, you know, in remembrance of your pop locking days, I'm going to wear some white gloves and a tuxedo, and I'm going to get it going. Oh, I also want to mention Dirty DJs. We gotta put that out there. Shout out to the Dirty DJs. I was actually a part of the Dirty DJs, or I am a part of the Dirty DJs. You know what I'm saying?
Raise up.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Dirty DJs.
All the DJs that's been rocking with me, man, and to the other DJs out there, man. Like, I never been one of the DJs that been like a hater DJ. I feel like every DJ got something to offer. So it's no such thing to me as this DJ better than me because he might have something to offer that I can't offer. So I never been that guy. It's like it's always been love for me. And I always been that guy that, like, for as intern, when I seen that you was willing to learn and you wanted to learn, I wanted to teach you everything that I knew. Yeah. You know, once I see that, it's all love from me. So anybody out there, I've been doing it for so long. If it's something that you want to learn or you willing to learn and you ain't got that big head, I'm right here for you. I'm a phone call away.
That's dope, man. Actually, I bought my first DJ mixer from you. I had a 5-disc CD changer. I had a DVD player, and I had bought a mixer that you was trying to get rid of.
Wow.
And that was how I did my very first party, bro.
Wow. Man, I got a check coming somewhere.
It's in the mail. It's still in the mail. It's still in the mail.
This better not be cut out. I want all this to be out there, boy. I love it when people come back years later and be like, hey, man, you the reason.
Yeah, you the reason. You would never know. DJ
Everybody
Captain.
had a reason, man.
Thank you for coming through. Everybody clapping for you right now, man. Thank you for coming in. Y'all stay tuned for the next episode of Making a Mogul.